Hi, this is Garrett with Gwitty Reviews, and it is time for a review of the new Beyonce album, Cowboy Carter. Beyonce is back with a brand new album and a brand new sound. This is the sequel to her 2022 album, Renaissance, which I think is a fantastic dance album. With Cowboy Carter, Beyonce decided to remind everyone that she is, in fact, from Texas and give us some country music. It is certainly a surprising shift, but unlike many online country purists who seem to gag at the idea of her making this sonic transition, I was looking forward to it and knew she could pull it off. And pull it off she does, and in grand fashion, might I add. Cowboy Carter is a pretty massive album featuring 27 tracks clocking in at an hour and 18 minutes. With those 27 tracks, Beyonce takes the country genre and mixes it with pop, R&B, and dance to give us a conceptual epic project. You get these really powerful, soulful ballads featuring acoustic guitars and Beyonce belting with a lot of power and soul. Some of the best examples include the grandiose opener American Requiem, the gorgeously plucked 16 Carriages, the heart-wrenching Daughter, and the soaring Two Most Wanted, which has an amazing feature from Miley Cyrus. But don't worry, you get some great bops too. Texas Hold'em was the lead single, and I know this song has its haters, but I am not one of them. It's a fun track featuring a great acoustic guitar riff and some of the most fun melodies on the album. Bodyguard sounds incredible. The pianos, the group vocals, the percussion, it all culminates into a track that sounds so big and so luscious. Then you have Ya Ya, which starts with a live concert intro only to go into this huge big band instrumental, and Beyonce sounds like she is having the time of her life on it. It's that infectious enthusiasm that makes Cowboy Carter so enjoyable. With that said, there are a few things holding this album back. For starters, like I said earlier, this thing is long. With 27 tracks, it's difficult to have every one of them hit. And sure, there are a lot of shorter interlude tracks, but not all of them add to the experience. Some of them come off pointless and even annoying. On top of that, I do find myself feeling fatigued by the end of the album. Beyonce and co are throwing so much at us that, especially in the last few tracks, it becomes overbearing. It's also not a very cohesive listen. Some of these tracks feel very out of place and could be scrapped altogether. I'm specifically talking about the more hip-hop leaning tracks. They feel unnecessary in the grand scheme of things, even if they do go hard. Also, I'm not crazy about the covers. They're fine, but they're not as good as the other tracks, and again, they aren't entirely needed. With that said, I think Cowboy Carter is very good. It has its flaws, but Beyonce's shift into country turned out great, and it makes me excited for what she's going to do with Act 3. Beyonce fans will love it, but if you're a country purist, don't write this thing off. She slays it, and you know it. 7 out of 10.